Ladies and gentlemen, hey, hi, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. Today we are focusing on the SMG meta here in Warzone, the top 5 best SMGs to use at the moment, because this is a category that, after various different buffs and nerfs over the past few meta updates, is extremely competitive for the most part, right? So as we get into the details and the setups here today, if you enjoy the video, if you find it helpful at all, if you're using those screenshots to help you get your builds in game, do me a favor, drop a like on the video. It really does help the channel grow. And if you're new here or you simply haven't subscribed yet, every day I'm your one-stop shop for all things going on in COD, whether it's news updates, leaks, meta breakdowns, you name it, it's going to be right here. So feel free to hit that subscribe button and turn on those post notifications. But we're starting off here at number 5 with a banger, which should explain how competitive the SMG category is right now, because number 5, I've got the MP7, aka the Vel 46, sort of a do-it-all SMG. Now, up close, its TTK compared to some of the other options further up on the list today is a little lacking, but where this thing thrives is that late early range and general mid range, right? So from 10 to 20, 25, 30 meters, this thing really shines compared to other options. It's very low recoil, still got the agility of a prime SMG. It's feeling phenomenal. So initially here, I got the RXT stock, better sprint speed and ADS speed, nice and aggressive there. Soldier rear grip, better ADS and sprint to fire, nice and aggressive there. 7 milliwatt laser, ADS and sprint to fire, nice and aggressive there. And then I do go for some balance here with some control just to make it really easy in the mid range. KT85 compensator helps out some with vertical and horizontal recoil. And then I go for your basic extended mag, the 50 rounder. If you want to jump up to 60, it'll be a tad bit slower, nothing major though. Both of those would work just fine. Like I said though, this is a very versatile SMG. I love the feel of it. It's been one of my favorites since day one, and it's definitely super competitive in the overall meta right now. Another fantastic choice for versatility is the Bas-P, and again, it should say just how competitive this SMG meta is if the Bas-P is only at number 4. This thing, just like the MP7, its first like 8, 9, 10 meters or so, it's just behind the top 3 options on the list here today, but this thing's got the best initial damage range out of all the SMGs. It's like a 19 or 20 meter first range, so after those first 10 meters, it really shines, and that's a lot of fights in game if you really pay attention to it. Again, super easy to use. Its mid-range is just so lethal, steps ahead of basically every other SMG. I'm loving the feel of this. It only took like 7 buffs to get it to this point, but it's finally at a point where it is one of the top tier options for sure. Similar setup to the MP7, the Flash V4 stock. We got the sprint speed, strafe speed, ADS speed, lots of mobility benefits out of that. Bruin Flash rear grip is ADS and sprint to fire, 7 milliwatt laser. Yet again, surprise, surprise, I go for the flash hider in this case, very similar to like the KT85. Like, there's not a wrong answer here between the Razor compensator, KT85, or the flash hider. They're all helping out with recoil and making it a little bit easier to use and stay on target, especially if you are fighting some in those mid ranges. Then I also go for the 50 round drum here. That is the max in this case, so that's sort of a no-brainer. Everyone's going to be running that on there. But like I said, it's been a long time coming. The Bas-P has finally arrived though, and it's nasty. Thing is very spicy indeed. Now at number 3, we of course have the MP5. Now this did actually catch some nerfs recently, but it's the MP5. No nerf unless they're basically removing the damage profile from it is going to be enough to knock an MP5 out of the top meta. And that's kind of the same deal every single year in COD, just like the M4. The MP5 and the M4 are always good, and that's the case this year. Whether you are hip firing with this thing, running and gunning its first 10 meters, extremely fast TTK, up there with the best of the best, clean iron sights, there's not enough good things you could say about the MP5 right now. Setup again, really all focused on mobility. I do use the 40 round extended mag over 50 just because it's got that slightly faster reload, but if those extra 10 bullets are super valuable to you, you could absolutely jump up to 50. That's not like a deal breaker by any means. TCG 10 rear grip here is for better control because there is no option for ADS and sprint to fire, so instead I just tuned for those instead. It's not going to be a huge difference like a full-on attachment would, but it's a little something something. We got the mobile stock on here, sprint speed, ADS speed, strafe speed, and don't forget it helps out your crouch speed too. So if you're ratting in a corner, you could absolutely go to the next corner a little bit faster. Huge deal there, I know. We also got the 7 milliwatt laser, again for the better ADS and sprint to fire. Then I go for the Falcon barrel, movement speed and ADS speed here, making it even more snappy and aggressive. Obviously, you want to be in those first 8 meters or so when fighting with this thing, and this will help get you there there a little bit quicker, right? So extremely, aggressive setup here, super mobile, super agile, and I love the feel of it. Hey everyone, real quick, want to give a shout out to my friends over at Gamer Advantage. Of course, you guys always see me rocking my Gamer Advantage frames every single day. I absolutely love these things. They are on all day, every day when I'm in the office playing games, working on videos. Basically, if you're looking at screens for long periods of time, whether it is gaming, working, doing school, whatever it may be, these ultimately are major game changers. They offer prescription and regular lenses and plenty of different frame options, so they quite literally have something for everyone. I've even got my own custom Who's Immortal bundle that comes with a few branded things as well, like a cleaning cloth, a sticker, so some pretty cool stuff there. If you ever want to pick up anything at all on the Gamer Advantage site, my bundle, a different pair of frames, some accessories, you can throw in code IMMORTAL at checkout for a nice little discount, and the link for that will be down in the description below. Now at number 2, we got what's probably my favorite SMG in the game right now, the ISO 9. It's just a little bit more fresh feeling than something like the ISO 45 or the MP5, which we've had in the meta for some time, although it's extremely similar to the ISO 45. Its close range TTK again is just phenomenal in those first 10 meters, which is where you're taking a lot of fights as well, especially if you're playing more aggressive, pushing buildings, playing Resurgence. Obviously, you're going to have a lot of fights in those engagements too, in those distances. So this thing just fries there. Again, hip fire is fantastic, ADS is fantastic, its mobility is fantastic. All the right boxes are being checked here. 50 round drum, standard here. You're going to need this though with that fast fire rate. I do use the flash hider here as well for some control. We are using iron sights here, and with the ISO platform, they're a little bit, obnoxious from time to time, so less shake there is going to be ideal for sure. 7 milliwatt laser, surprise, surprise. We got the Res 2 stock, again, better sprint speed, strafe speed, ADS speed, and crouch speed. And then we also got the sheer rear grip on here for the better ADS and sprint and fire as well. So a lot of mobility benefits, enhancing this even more, making it even more aggressive, so you can fly and fry with this thing. Like I said, personally, it's really my go-to SMG right now and my favorite as it stands. However, the ISO 45, for whatever reason, has been untouched basically since it was added to the game, where it instantly became the best SMG, and this thing is absolutely nuts still. For those first 10 meters, it fries, basically the best in class TTK right there with the MP5 and the ISO 9, but then beyond those 10 meters, it continues to shine and be more of like the MP7 and the Bas. So this is really like the best of both worlds. It does have a bit of visual shake and bounce with the iron sights here, so that's why we do go through and I use the KT85 compensator. Helps minimize that some, and you can stay on target very easily. Also, its hip fire, even without a full hip fire build, is still very accurate as well. Outside of that, it's super standard. We got the 7 milliwatt laser, no surprises there. The 45 round drum is the max in this case, which is totally sufficient. Its fire rate's not absurd, so you're gonna be just fine with that, just playing your reloads accordingly. Sheer rear grip here as well, same deal as before. And then in this case, we just have the cheetah stock, which is basically the same as the Res 2 over on the ISO 9, sprint speed, crouch speed, ADS speed, and strafe speed. So again, we're going all in on mobility, making it even more aggressive while still maintaining that absolutely absurd damage profile. And this is just the top 5 best SMGs in my opinion, and focusing in on the stats here and really factoring those in. That's how I come up with these lists usually. But outside of these 5, there are a lot of other really good choices as well. The Hurricane's been feeling good lately, the P90, there are plenty of solid choices, the Shroud as well. So if these 5, if you're kind of bored of them because some of these have been meta for a long time, ISO 45, we're looking at you, or you're just looking to try something new, there are some good alternatives out there as well. But that being said, that's going to wrap things up for this one. If you found the video helpful or you simply enjoyed it, do me a favor and drop a like on it. And if you're new here, you want to guarantee you're up to date with everything going on in COD between Warzone and MW3, be sure to hit that subscribe button on your way out. But once again, thank you so much for tuning in, and until next time, take it easy, have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll catch you later. Peace out.